Hello everyone, and welcome to another Ohio Train 705 Royal Fending video. On this late mid-December day, we ventured out to Fostoria, Iron Triangle, in search of some action. Well, we got that and plenty more, so come along and see what I got. The first train we got was nothing short of excellent. It was loaded ethanol train B727 going to Sawarna, New Jersey. The power on today's train was a YN2-8 liter, a rebuilt C40-8, the only one on the CSX roster, and a freshly painted GE dead in tow, making this an old school lash-up for sure. I was on the wrong side of the tracks when CSX I-132 came steaming northbound on the C&O, with a nice KCS engine leading today's train. What I didn't know was that this train had a Kansas City Southern Gray Ghost as the mid-train DPU, making this extremely rare. KCS Gray Ghost DPU, if anyone's wondering. Our next train that we got was Steel Train B523, turning the Y to head north on the C&O. This train consists of about 60 cars of coiled steel, and then the rest is empty hoppers which would later get loaded with steel ingots in Dearborn, Michigan, AK Steel. About 20 minutes later, B454, loaded sand for Fairmont, West Virginia, came into view with the rebuilt SD70 Mac in the lead. This was the first time that this sand train has ran in over 4 months. This is one of the only sand trains that CSX runs on its roster, so this was a nice catch for me. After hearing chatter on the radio, we were just in time to spot G777, loaded grain for Columbus, turn the Y to head south on the C&O. This train had CSX system grain cars, which you don't see too often anymore on CSX. Moving just south to Columbus Avenue, we catch a perfect meet between CSX I-150 and M367. I-150 had more BNSF engines for power, as I-150 and I-151 have been having almost all pumpkins for power in the past 2 months. I'm not sure why this is, but I guess CSX has a shortage of power lately. Next up was our first Norfolk Southern train in a while. It was loaded grain train 51Z from Winston-Salem, North Carolina. 51Z passed a stop 15Q near Blair Yard, as I guess it had higher priority. After another CSX passes, 15Q would get its turn. Turning the Y to get headroom south was CSX U343, the U meaning an extra of the original local. Today, U343 would bring around 30 loaded trash cars to the dump south of town. This local is as needed. Moving to Columbus Avenue, we set up for CSX ethanol train B782, which had 2 Canadian National locomotives in the consist. Next in line was CSX I-168 with a nice little consist. Leading was a YN2 AC44 and trailing would be a CSX GE, formerly a C40-8W. CSX 9001 was just recently painted into the YN3C paint scheme, as it was originally a YN2 AC44. We were just in time to catch Norfolk Southern 15Q pulling out of Blair Yard with a couple of NSC6Ms. 15Q is daily manifest traffic out of Bellevue, Ohio to Decatur, Illinois.
Yeah, go ahead, over. Okay, back 70. Yeah, go ahead and put in the EC1 for him there. Sounds good.
Moving back to Columbus Avenue, we catch a fairly late I-161 with the GEVO leading in an older YN2 AC-44 in the trailing position. Our next train was the red-hot IO-10, wasting no time to get to North Bergen, New Jersey. IO-10 has a bunch of UPS container traffic, and let me tell you, UPS does not mess around when they get their stuff in late. That is why this train is so high priority. About 10 minutes later, we would hear the NS defect detector go off, alerting that there was an NS train in the area. We turn our cameras for NS 277 for Chicago, Illinois, carrying a colorful array of containers. The next train to arrive was CSX M566, a daily manifest train out of Chicago, Illinois to Cleveland, Ohio, with a stop to work Willard. Next up was CSX L457, the newly acquired local from Walbridge, Ohio to Columbus, Ohio. This guy in L456 carried the traffic that was now on the abolished manifest M631 and M630. M560 would show its headlights next. It took a while for it to get a crew at North Baltimore, but that's a typical scenario with this train. We took a look at the Norfolk Southern signals and saw an approach for the local L70. This local comes from Blair Yard in Fostoria and can run as far as Edgerton, Indiana, but drops most of its coil cars in Leipzig, Ohio. I will also note that the lead engine, had a beautiful P5 horn. That might be one of my favorites on the Norfolk Southern system. The next train was one of the best of the day. It was CSX B636, loaded ethanol for the Iowa Interstate Railroad in Chicago, Illinois. What was so special about it was the second locomotive being the specially painted 911 honoring our first responders unit. We took a little drive around town, only to realize that M369 was closing in on Fostoria. We speeded up to Finley Street in time to catch him. M369 had 4 engines today, and 2 of which being in the YN2 paint scheme. Rounding the Y onto the CSX Willard sub was CSX Road Local L340 making its journey to Willard, Ohio. L340 had another nice consist, with a freshly rebuilt Mack leading and an old AC-44 in trail. This train consists of mostly rock hoppers from the stone quarries in Cary, Ohio, some of which being owned by William Lake Erie. Our last 2 trains in Fostoria were both from Norfolk Southern. This one is the newly routed 148 from Kansas City, Missouri to Conway, Pennsylvania. Nice little fouled horn on the leader as well. And our last train in Fostoria was Empty Grain Train 51E from Decatur, Illinois to Charlotte, North Carolina. On our way back home, we stopped by Bellevue, Ohio to see if anything was happening. We were able to catch Wheeling Train 90 to Heartland, Ohio. Nothing special on the power, but loved seeing a good old Wheeling Lake Erie train roaming about. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, please share it with all your friends and click that like button. Alright, thanks for all the support. The last couple videos have really gained my confidence to make more videos and edit more videos for y'all in the upcoming weeks. I have a Jacksonville, Florida video planned, as well as part 2 of that Berea video, and as well as a Deschler, Ohio video, which will be after those 2 videos. Alright guys, until next time, Clayton Johnson signing off. I'll see you later.